President, have you done so? Yes, that is it. Okay.
I can confirm that you are live on YouTube,
yes.
Assistant Governor.
Thank you very much. Yeah, since we're launching YouTube Live, I would want to be on YouTube Live. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I would like to have the singular pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today. And our guest speaker is MD Fabian Kasi, and is MD in all aspects of the MD. Is a managing director and also a major donor. Fabian was born in 1967. He went to Matuga Primary School, then to SMAC, where most of my boys have gone through, before joining Makerere University. Finished with a first-class degree in BCom. I want to tell you that Kasi is the only person, is one of the few people in this town or on this planet who can confirm that I went to school, because I was with him. We went through the same situations. The only difference is that he was extremely bright. He was the only person who got a first class. And of course, getting a first class those days was a real first class. He did an MBA in Australia, and is an FCC of UK, a certified public accountant of Uganda, and a honorary fellow of the Institute of Banking in Uganda. Fabian worked at Bank of Uganda when he had just started work, then went on to Finca as CEO for 8 years, and then to Bank Commercial du Rwanda as a chief finance officer, before he was spotted by Centenary Bank to come back, and he has been there as the managing director for the last 10 years. He sits on various boards, including the Capital Markets Authority, Financial Deepening Uganda, Agent Banking Company of Uganda, and others, and he chairs Rotary Uganda Limited, where is my chairman. I'm also a member of the Rotary Uganda Limited. He is a past president of the Rotary Club of Chiwatule, a past assistant governor, and as I mentioned, is a major donor. He's married to one woman and has many children. You know, in Africa, we don't count the children. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together and welcome Fabian Kasi? Thank you.
Thank you so much, AG, and our guest.
Thank you very much, Dr. James Onyoyin. I hope I'm visible and audible.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Doctor, for that kind introduction. Of course, you went a notch higher. You're a doctor. I'm not yet, and I don't think I will be. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be presenting about Rotary Uganda Limited. And that is the topic for today. And of course, amid this task, I know we have the district governor, John. Amid this task, I'm sure we have our company secretary, council. We also have various members of the board of Rotary Uganda Limited. The presentation today is to formally launch Rotary Uganda Limited and the strategic partnerships. We all know, I'm sure, that it is important to have a befitting form for corporate governance if we are to do many more things. Rotary in Uganda has done many things and is still doing many things. We know all the many partnerships that we need to have in order to continue doing the things that we've been doing as Rotarians in a bigger and a bolder way. And one of the critical positions that we needed to have was to be in a good form for corporate governance. And that's why Rotary Uganda was formed. And I happen to be the chairman of that board. And I'm glad to be presenting and launching this company. What I'm going to talk about this morning is Rotary Uganda overview, the mandate of the company, and why it is important for clubs to subscribe to the Rotary membership, and also to quickly go through the various subsidiaries of this holding company, as well as the strategic partnerships that are already in existence and those in the pipeline, and also to quickly go through what could be taken as the frequently asked questions. And then I'll leave it to the president and possibly for their questions, then they will be answered. Next, please. Of course, I'm glad to be having the doctor playing the slides for me. I'm now requesting him to go to the next slide, which is, quite, looking at the overview of Rotary Uganda Limited, which is definitely a formidable platform for learning and also for unlearning and relearning. And as we all know, Rotary is a positive force for societal change and credible and relevant. And that's why we are all here. What is the mandate of this company? As you know, it is a company limited by guarantee. I'm sure those of you who know something about law, the company is limited by shares, the company limited by guarantees. Ours is limited by guarantee, and our mandate is to provide oversight over all projects with the name Rotary. So the expectation is that going forward, anything that will carry the name Rotary, will carrying on operations of Rotary under the umbrella of Rotary will be overseen by this company. And on behalf of all the Rotary clubs in Uganda, among others. Of course, we know we have redistricted, but I'll come back to that later on. We also coordinate all activities. The company will be coordinating all activities of Rotary in the country to meet the requirements of Rotary International, the district, as well as the country. The company will encourage partners and the private sector in assisting Rotarians and clubs in providing assistance to the disadvantaged. It will also be the mandate of this company to encourage professional administration and reporting of service projects undertaken by Rotary clubs and programs in Uganda. We will also be mandated to synchronize activities. Of course, we've seen in many activities, sometimes if you are going to a company for support, another club will also come. And in this case, there will be synchronization of all those activities. And of course, this is a company that is holding all the various subsidiaries and all programs initiated by Rotarians for the benefit of Uganda as a country and to ensure that they operate properly. The company will also promote the vision of Rotary International in Uganda, as well as own and hold in trust as owner of all programs with the name Rotary, as I've already said earlier on, carrying out operations in Uganda and on behalf of all the clubs in Uganda. Of course, we have now two districts in the country, but this company will be looking at Rotary in the country of Uganda. Let's move on. Next. Those are the various subsidiaries that we currently have. Of course, can you please go back to the earlier slide of the various subsidiaries that we have that under this holding company? We have Rotary Malaria Partners Uganda, Rotary Vijana Power Uganda Limited, Rotaract Ladies Initiative, Rotary Blood Bank Uganda Limited, Rotaract Earth Initiative. The cancer program is also under this company, and the Rotary Mission Green Uganda Limited. Of course, if we get other programs, the expectation is that they will all lie under this holding company, Rotary Uganda Limited. Next. The strategic partners. Let's go back to the slide of the strategic partnerships in the pipeline. We have work and a partnership that is going to be done with the CEO Summit Uganda. This is the company that trains leaders and there are plans to partner with them to be able to advance the ideals of Rotary. We have in the pipeline work that we need to do with UNICEF, USAID, Stanbic Bank, and a few others. And we hope going forward, all these will make it easier and better to be able to get support and assistance from these big corporate organizations which will all be to the benefit of Rotary in Uganda. Let's go, and now we go to the frequently asked questions. I know in the minds of many Rotarians, there are those who have heard about Rotary Uganda Limited. There are those who are hearing about it for the first time. There are those who still have lingering doubts as to how this is going to work going forward. And a couple of questions have come along, and we thought we could quickly go through them here, of course, on top of the questions that will ensue after this presentation. Let's go to the next slide. Many people have been asking, what is Rotary Uganda Limited? As I've already mentioned, Rotary Uganda Limited is a company limited by guarantee, registered and incorporated on the 15th of June 2017 by the Executive Committee of Rotary in Uganda on behalf of clubs in Uganda, and in line with the District 9211 5-year strategic plan 2015 to 2021. Again, questions of why was Rotary Uganda Limited formed? The objectives, we have various objectives of setting up Rotary Uganda Limited, which included, among others, to obtain legal status for the Uganda Country Office, to promote compliance with the local regulatory framework and standard corporate governance principles that are critical for engagement with external stakeholders. Another objective was to broker high value and multi-year partnerships between Rotary and Rotaract clubs and corporate entities in Uganda, and also to promote sustainable business practices within all Rotary and Rotaract clubs and Rotary country programs in Uganda. There have also been questions of what is the governance structure of the Rotary Uganda Limited. I just want to introduce the board for the period of July 2021 to June 2023, which is constituted as below. And this was following the recent annual general meeting that was held and attended by various representatives of clubs and the leadership of Rotary in Uganda. And the chairman of that board is yours truly, Fabian Kasi. We have the company secretary, Rotarian Dan Rubogo, Rotary Club of Wandegeya. We have the district governor, 9213, John Magezi Ndamira. We have another board member who is the district governor elect of district 9213, Rotarian Mike Kennedy Sebalu. We have the district governor elect 9214, Rotarian Peace Taremwa. We have district governor nominee 9214, Rotarian Francisco Semwanga. We have district governor nominee 9213, who will be elected by district 9213. We have district Rotaract representative of district 9213, Rotaract Alan Ntambi Lukoda. District Rotaract representative 9214, Rotaract Noah Nyabwana. We have a male representative of Rotary clubs in Uganda, Dr. James Okelo Nyoin, Rotarian past governor, rather past president. We have the female representative of Rotary clubs in Uganda, Rotarian Goret Masade, who has done quite a lot of work with regard to branding and communication. We have Rotary Corporate Partnership Focal Point person, Rotarian Anne Nkutu. She has done a great job. Representative of past district governors, past district governor Francis Xavier Sentam. We have a representative of corporates in Uganda. This one will be appointed later by the board. We have Lieutenant Governor Rotary District 9213, Gerard Obai is also present on this forum. The country chair, Rotary District 9214, Francisco Semwanga, Rotary President Representative. This one will be elected by all the Rotary Club presidents in Uganda, and then the Rotaract Presidents Representatives who will also be elected by Rotaract Club presidents. Let's go on. There have been questions of what are the advantages of Rotary Uganda Limited. As an advantage, we stand to provide a one-stop information center about Rotary programs in Uganda to all potential partners and Rotarians and Rotaractors. We also will be able to anchor and provide an oversight role over country programs, e.g. the Uganda Rotary Cancer Program on behalf of Rotary and the Rotaract clubs in Uganda. And there will be ability to secure long-term partnerships from corporate entities for bigger and more impactful programs. And also as another advantage, we'll be able to have the ability to promote and facilitate multi-club and inter-district initiatives for Rotary clubs in Uganda. So these are some of the advantages and many more that will come along for being part of Rotary Uganda Limited. Who are the current members of Rotary Uganda Limited? Rotary Uganda Limited is owned by all clubs in Uganda as per the memorandum and articles of association of Rotary Uganda Limited. It is, however, a requirement that for a club to be registered as a member, it must be a legal entity registered with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, URSB. And as of today, the following are the members of the Rotary Club Uganda, the Rotary Uganda Limited. We have, of course, the Rotary Club of Kampala Daybreak. We thank you for the forum to be able to launch this company. We have Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Limited, Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze Limited, Rotary Club of Kampala Wandegeya Limited, Rotary Club of Kampala Sese Islands Limited, Rotary Club of Kiwatule Limited, Rotary Club of Kampala South Limited, Rotary Club of Ntinda Limited, Rotary Club of Namugongo Limited, Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan Limited, Rotary Club of Makindye Limited, Rotary Club of Hoima Kitara Limited, Rotary Club of Kampala Limited, Rotary Club of Nansana Limited, Rotary Club of Mengo Limited, Rotary Club of Loba Limited, Rotary Club of Bukoto Limited. Let's move on. Rotary Club of Kampala Natete Limited, Rotary Club of Kisugu Victoria View Limited, Rotary Club of Bweyogerere Nambole Limited, Rotary Club of Jinja Limited, Rotary Club of Golobi Limited, Rotary Club of Kansanga Limited, Rotary Club of Kampala Kisasi Limited, Rotary Club of Portbel Limited, Rotary Club of Mukono Limited, Rotary Club of Entebbe Limited, Rotary Club of Makindye West Limited, and Rotary Club of Munyonyo Limited. Of course, we expect those clubs that haven't registered or that haven't joined to come and join. And the question has always been, what are the requirements for a club to become a member of Rotary Uganda Limited? Under the memo and articles of association, all Rotary clubs who are legal entities are members of Rotary Club Limited. They are only required to register with the country office, and there is no monetary requirement for registration. Will redistricting affect the operations of Rotary Uganda Limited? I want to tell you that this is no. Rotary Uganda Limited will exist even after redistricting. In fact, Rotary Uganda Limited will encourage clubs within Uganda to engage in joint initiatives, irrespective of which district they come from. Corporate partners that support Rotary will always regard Rotary or Rotaract clubs in Uganda as one entity, regardless of the districts that the clubs are part of. Redistricting further justifies the need to support and strengthen Rotary Uganda Limited. All the corporates that will be dealing with the Rotary clubs in Uganda, they will be dealing with them as Rotary clubs in Uganda, but not as districts 9213 or 9214. Any options for Rotary and Rotaract clubs not to join Rotary Uganda Limited? Definitely it is not mandatory for clubs to be members, but it is desirable and beneficial in this changing environment. Entities that do not embrace contemporary governance practice will find it increasingly harder to find partners to support their service efforts. Are there people who can support Rotary and Rotaract clubs in the process of registering as legal entities to becoming members of Rotary Uganda Limited? Definitely yes. And the country office is available to support all prospective members of Rotary Uganda Limited. In case of further questions, we can contact Madame Beatrice Ngabirano, who is managing the country office in Uganda. And of course, there's the email address of ugrotary@gmail.com, Our past Assistant Governor Daniel, who is our company secretary, will also be able to help on the registration process. So let's all build organizational bridges with the strategic partners and external allies for effective strategy execution by joining and supporting Rotary Uganda Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians, that was the presentation, the launch of Rotary Uganda Limited. And I would like to pass on the mic to the president of the Rotary Club of Daybreak, whom I thank along with the membership for giving us this opportunity to launch this company for the benefit of Rotary in Uganda. I thank you very much and have a very good day.
Thank you so much, MD Fabian, for doing justice to this great organization that indeed puts a lot of potential for us to do big and bolder projects, and in particular, to connect us to great strategic partners, and in this particular Rotary year that will enable us to change lives. So right now, friends, as you have rightly been informed, today we are blessed as the Rotary Club of Kampala Daybreak that the dissemination campaign, the sensitization campaign of this great organization, the Rotary Uganda Limited, gets to happen right here at the Rotary Club of Kampala Daybreak. But also, as a club, it is the time when we get to officially launch our YouTube channel. Our district governor, DG John Magezi Ndamira, has challenged us to adapt. And indeed, at Daybreak, we have adapted. And we have right now broadcasting live on YouTube. So you can actually enjoy this fellowship on your TV for those with smart TVs. So friends, allow me right now invite our Assistant Governor, AG Chambade Kaziro, to introduce our district governor and also invite him to officially launch first the sensitization campaign of the Rotary Uganda Limited, but also officially launch the live YouTube channel of the Rotary Club of Kampala Daybreak. AG KK, I turn this floor to you.
Thank you, President, and all fellow Rotarians and guests. This morning,
AG, can we see you, please? Can we see you, AG?
I'm not in a good network position, so when I put on the video, it could start buffering. I'll request that I speak.
Yeah, and but even the background might not be comfortable this morning.
Yeah, so friends, this morning we are honored to have our district governor, DG John Magezi Ndamira, and I'm yet again honored to introduce him to the Rotary Fraternity. DG John joined the Rotary Fraternity in 1996 as a member of the Rotary Club of Kampala North. He has held several positions in this great organization, some of these being a club president in the year 2007-2008. He became assistant governor in the year 2014-2015. He became treasurer in the 93rd DCA in the year 2015-2016. He was the chair of PIME in the year 2017-2018, and he became the chair of RI, you said host committee, in the year 2019-2020. He's a major donor, level 2, a member of the Bequest Society, and also a member of the Paul Harris Society. To date, he has attended 19 district conferences, 4 zonal institutes, and 16 RI conventions. He has an MBA from ESAMI, a postgraduate diploma in business management, and a bachelor's of arts Swasa from Makerere University. Currently, he's the National Program Coordinator for the Farm Income Enhancement and Forestry Conservation Program, a multi-sectorial program executed by the Ministry of Water and Environment. Our DG is a family man, and he is happily married to Barbara Magezi Ndamira. Together, they are blessed with 2 sons, Timothy and Matthew, one daughter, Crystal. He has a daughter-in-law, Asna, and a very active granddaughter, Cincy. DG John is very passionate about the environment. He's a commercial tree grower, and whenever he plants tree siblings, he does so because he sees it as a symbol of growth and future life. Friends, join me to welcome our District Governor, John Ndamira Magezi, who is the Governor of District 9213. DG, you're welcome to launch the sensitization campaign of the Rotary Uganda Limited, and also to launch the YouTube channel live for the Rotary Club of Daybreak. Over to you, District Governor John.
Thank you, AG Kaziro Chambade, Changemaker President Frederick, and all the Changemaker Presidents online, Changemaker AGs, Chair Rotary Uganda Limited Fabian and your board, all the district leaders, the Changemaker district leaders, Rotarians, Retractors, friends, I greet you this morning and thank you for coming to participate. As you heard, Chair Rotary Uganda Limited has presented to us our organization in a way rebranded that is going to coordinate strategic partnerships on behalf of all Rotarians. The strategic partnerships with the private sector, the NGO world, and ideally, as he said, it is a one-stop center. And that will enable us to synchronize our activities to develop bigger, bolder, and impactful interventions in our communities. And in the words of Shekameta, it will enable us to do more in our communities in order to grow more. So I want to thank you, Chair Fabian, for the presentation. And it is my honor today to launch the Rotary Uganda Limited sensitization campaign, especially to those clubs and members that are not yet subscribed to Rotary Uganda Limited. I congratulate you and I launch it now. And President Frederick, you have also mentioned to us that you are launching, you have started a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, I know, is going to enable you as a club and us as Rotary to get a bigger audience where we'll be sharing live stream, but also noting that this content that you're going to share will be with us and we can watch it many more times over. That will help us to communicate what we do, to be consistent and make others able to share that content to friends, to family, to partners, to communities. It is my pleasure again that as you go live today for your YouTube channel, it is my pleasure and honor to launch it I congratulate you and I thank you. Over to you, President Frederick.
Thank you so much, Changemaker District Governor John Magezi Ndamira, and indeed, it's been a great honor and a great joy to not only host you, but have you launch the sensitization campaign of our great organization, Rotary Uganda Limited, but also launch our live Facebook channel. So friends, I think it is well that we can unmute our microphones and give a big hand clap and a round of applause in celebration of the sensitization campaign of Rotary Uganda Limited, but also in celebration of our live YouTube channel. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much, friends. I know this subject is very interesting and exciting, but also makes us expectant. And you could have some questions and some comments. Allow me, friends, right now to welcome Past Assistant Governor Frederick Chibedi to moderate the Q&A session. My senior, I turn this meeting to you.
Thank you so much, President, and thank you, members, for coming to this very special occasion. I would want to take questions. You raise your hand if you can. Please don't raise your hand in your sitting room. Raise it on the forum, on the Zoom forum. We'll be able to see it and take your question. As we do that, there are some questions that have already come through the chat. Fortunately, we have the Council Lubogo, who is the CS of this organization, is in the room. The chairman also has availed himself, and these questions will be answered. I know that there are so many questions, we might not be able to take all of them, but let us start. Let's start with you, CMP Kasora Thief of Wandega, Kampala Wandega. Please unmute your microphone and voice your question. And then after you, we shall have President Constant Mayende of the Rotary Club of Ntinda, in that order. Just in that order.
Thank you so much, Rotary and Frederick. From the presentation of MD Fabian Kasi, I didn't hear tract clubs, and I would like to know the minimum qualification for tract clubs to register under Uganda. Thanks so much.
Okay, that question has been heard. Tract clubs, they qualify? How do they qualify? How do they enter? I think it was also given in the chat room. Let's have you, President CMP CPA Constant Mayende.
Thank you so much, my moderator. My question is about we already have a number of clubs having engagements with a number of corporates here, of course, albeit at a very small level. So does Rotary Uganda intend to have a cutoff point where we stop having this small support as we garner for the big support via Rotary Uganda? Thank you, my moderator.
Okay, and I think that question ties in very well with the question of CMP Henry Rugamba, who is asking about in the chat, who has asked about the already existing partnerships and how they relate with the Rotary Uganda limited company as presented. Let's have JB from Rotary Wewaja. If your question has already been asked, just simply say no, it has been voiced, so I don't have to voice it again.
Thank you very much, moderator. My question is to help Rotaract clubs register for companies limited by guarantee. Is there any way the Rotary Uganda Limited office can help with already made templates for registration so that we can ease the process of getting all the documentation that we need to register as companies limited by guarantee? Thank you.
Okay, I think that question has also been asked in the chat room. Is there a way you can help clubs be able to register? And I think Councillor Dan Rogo will be able to answer that. But also in the chat room, immediate past President Mercy Kenowishu has told us that 195 clubs are registered at URSB. And I think she has also done a Kalango there to say we can continue. URSB is a very user-friendly organization, and you should be able to register without any hassle. Just turning to the chat room, there are a number of questions that have been asked, which I want to paraphrase here for purposes of saving time. The first one is asking about the representation on the board, where you have Francisco Semwanga twice, DGN Francisco Semwanga, and is saying that since you have a VCC in District 9214, should it just not be as automatic that that one should replace Francisco Semwanga on the board? The next question was about somebody expected to hear about the Rotary House, from Zambia. So please, if you could, if anybody is knowledgeable about it, Uganda Rotary House, please let us respond to it. Fabian, I think you'll be taking that. And then somebody in the chat room is asking a question. Can we start knocking on the Rotary Uganda Company Office for partners assistance? What do we have to do if we need to benefit from the corporate partnerships? I seem not to have heard Centenary Bank amongst those. Please confirm whether Centenary Bank is not amongst those. I think Centenary Bank is known for is very much known for the cancer program and for the cancer ward in Zambia. So somebody is asking, is it because of conflict of interest that you didn't mention it, MD Kasi? And I think let us take those questions for now. Over to you, Fabian, and you can delegate those questions as you wish.
Thank you very much, CPA, past President Frederick, and thank you everybody for those good questions. Of course, they help to clarify the status of our company. As I said, amidst us, we have our company secretary, Councillor Daniel, and I'll call upon him to answer most of these legal questions. The first question was minimum qualification for Rotaract clubs. I'll request him to unmute and come in, but there is also one, I think, helping with the registration by the country office. I remember in my presentation, I mentioned how you can come and be assisted, but I'll again request Council Dan to expound on that further, and also to answer the question on Rotarian Francisco Semwanga. I'll answer the question of Rotary House. Rotary House, as we know, this was a project that was started earlier on and registered under certain Rotarians as promoters. And as a company, we are yet to know the details. We are still discussing to establish the status of this project. And once the status is established, we shall be coming back to explain to all the members how we need to continue getting engaged with this project. Regarding what do we need to do to get to corporates, whether Centenary Bank is part of this or not, what I presented were the partnerships that are in the pipeline, those ones that the company is now working on. Otherwise, as we know, Centenary Bank has been in partnership with the Rotary in Uganda as far as the cancer operations programs are concerned. And as far as I know, this is continuing. And of course, we've seen the kind of support and the partnership that this company has offered to various clubs. And this is the kind of thing that will continue. There was a question about what will happen with those which have already established a partnership with the corporates, with the support and so on. I just want to assure the clubs that the existence of the company is not to frustrate any of those partnerships, but rather to strengthen them. And also to ensure that, big corporates that would want to work with on a one-stop center kind of arrangement, the company will offer that opportunity and then be able to pass on the benefits to the various clubs. That is the whole purpose and essence of this company. And we hope with that, we should be able to have many more clubs get partnerships and get support from various corporates for their projects to go on. On this note, I want to call upon our company secretary, Rotary Dan, to give responses to those questions that have legal inclination.
Thank you so much, Chair Fabian and Rotary Club of Kampala Daybreak for giving us this opportunity to share this platform. President of the Rotary Club of Kampala, Wandege Kazora, President Kazora, asked about Rotary qualifications. For fact, the recent AGM of Rotary Uganda Limited did establish and clarify that Rotary clubs are part and parcel of Rotary Uganda Limited and can as well apply to be members. The intention is to have both Rotary and Rotary clubs in Uganda be part of Rotary Uganda Limited. So what are the minimum qualifications? The minimum qualifications for Rotary clubs are the same as the minimum qualifications for Rotary clubs. And they are very, very simple. You have to only send a proof to the country office, that is through Beatrice, and you copy myself, and our emails have been indicated. You send proof that the company, the club, whether Rotaract or Rotary, is a legal entity, is registered with Uganda Registration Service Bureau, and as well as a board resolution by the club accepting to be part of Rotary Uganda Limited. This resolution need be signed by the club president, club secretary, or club treasurer. But it is preferred that at least 2 mandated people by the club sign a resolution to that effect. If we have proof of those documents, then certainly you will be registered as a member of Rotary Uganda Limited. And the rationale is that under the memorandum and articles of Rotary Uganda Limited, for you to be a member, you must be a legal entity as a club. So I hope that answers President Kazora. Then about the question of DGN Francisco Semwanga being on the board twice. I think the scenario we have now is that the DGN Francisco Semwanga is as well the country chair of Rotary in District 9214. It may not be the same 1 or 2 years from now or 3 years from now. So it is a reason why you see that he's a member on the board by virtue of the fact that he's the DGN for District 9214, but as well in his current capacity, he's the country chair for District 9214, and that will only happen this year. So about the issue of why don't we have someone else to replace him who is the vice country chair for District 9214, to the best of my understanding, Rotary Uganda Limited is specifically for clubs in Uganda, and we try to avoid the situation where the representative or the country chair in District 9214 is a Tanzanian and is a member of the board of Rotary Uganda Limited. In fact, the AGM of Rotary Uganda Limited did indicate that for you to be a member of the board, you must be a member of one of our clubs in Uganda. So I hope that clarifies the questions that have been passed over to me. Thank you.
Thank you, and I think those questions have been properly answered. There are just 3 other questions, and we close this Q&A, and from the chat room, because I don't see any hands.
PAG, before you proceed, friends, I can see we are really hard pressed for time. We would like to borrow 15 minutes extra of your time to enable us engage but conclude well this very interesting topic. Please bear with us for the next 15 minutes. PAG, please.
Mr. President, you are the president and you're in charge, so we have the time. So the other questions that have been asked on the website, on the forum is there a website for Rotary Uganda Limited? Yes, I think there is, but I think it's under development. And then the Rotary Roses Fellowship as an international fellowship, a part of the international fellowship, can it be registered as a company limited by guarantee to become a member of the Rotary Uganda Limited? That's a question to you, Dan. And then the other question is asking whether, I think this one is from Margaret RC Ginger City. She's asking whether our clubs become shareholders. Is this a business? Is this a business arm? Do we earn profits? Do we earn benefits from it? I think Dan will clarify that. I also wanted to say something about the Rotary Uganda Limited initiative. You know, when clubs seek assistance from the various companies, it becomes confusing for those who run those organizations because they have RC Chiwatle, RC Debrek, RC this, and I keep on asking these Rotary clubs, I mean, what happens? They are here, they are there, and I think that confusion is very good, clear, so that you have one pool from which you're able to get proper partnerships that are long-lasting. That is just to say in support of Rotary Uganda Limited. Dan, would you just simply take up those questions and then we close?
Thank you, my brother PAG Frederick, for that. About Rotary Roses, it is true that Rotary Roses can be registered as a member of Rotary Uganda Limited, just like all the other programs. The key thing is that they must register as a legal entity with URSB as Rotary Roses, and then subsequent of which all the programs in Uganda, how they are being registered is that the programs are registered as subsidiaries of Rotary Uganda Limited. For instance, the Rotary Cancer Run and the Rotary Family Health Days is owned by Rotary Uganda Limited. So Rotary Roses will certainly register as a legal entity, but owned by Rotary Uganda Limited as a holding company for and on behalf of all clubs in Uganda. I hope that answers that. About clubs being shareholders, for a company that is limited by guarantee, there are no shareholders. But clubs in Uganda, Rotary and Rotary clubs in Uganda, own the company by virtue of the fact that they are the guarantors, or they are the members. They are the ones who own this entity called Rotary Uganda Limited, but there are no shares attached to their ownership. I think that answers most of the questions.
You're right, Daniel. Thank you so much for answering those questions. I am hard pressed, Mr. President, because I can't see the hand of Jane Kabugo, and I ignored it. I might cause myself to be deregistered from Rotary. Jane, you are the very last one.
Thank you very much, PAG Frederick. The reason I put up my hand is because you jumped my questions. And I wasn't only asking this question for myself because I know the answer to the question, but on behalf of other Rotarians. The presentation that was made has got Rotary RI branding. Rotary Uganda is appearing as a program of Rotary International. On the branding, is Rotary Uganda a program of Rotary International? And if not, why is it being branded as a program of Rotary International? That's the first question. The second question is, it's not a question, it was a request, but it hasn't been addressed. Can the clubs be provided with the memorandum and articles of association for this company limited by guarantee so that they can satisfy themselves before they can join Rotary Uganda? Thank you so much.
And I think together with those, there is also one question I think I had left out. It's Mamawi from Rotary Club of Kampala North is saying, Kampala Sese is saying the spelling of Sese is wrong. Please correct it. If it was registered like that, it takes a very rigorous process to change the spelling, but I think that can be addressed. Dan, will you please, Dan and Fabian, would you please handle those questions and we close?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll let Council Dan respond because most of them are legal issues, but I'll also request between him and Rotarian Goretti, who is assisting us with the branding, to see if there will be responses in regard to the question of branding. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Fabian, PAG Jen, as well as PAG Frederick. On the question of, is Rotary Uganda Limited a program of RI? For start, Rotary Uganda Limited is a program of the districts. It was incorporated as part of the district strategic plan for District 9213. And the district acts on behalf of Rotary International Limited. Was Rotary International aware of the registration of Rotary Uganda Limited? Yes. So is Rotary Uganda Limited a program of Rotary International? Yes, because Rotary International works through districts. And if Rotary Uganda Limited is a program of a district, then certainly Rotary International, Rotary Uganda Limited is a program of Rotary International. So I think that explains that question. But if you need further engagement, further questions, we are available, the country office is available for all these engagements. Can clubs be provided with a memorandum and articles? Yes, clubs can be provided with the memorandums, and we'll request Beatrice at the country office to share them. We have been sharing the memorandum and articles, but we ask Rotarians to look at them in details, to also read the information that we share and participate in all engagements that that are established for purposes of Rotary Uganda Limited. About Kampala Sese, I think the Rotarian of Kampala Sese needs to first establish how was Rotary Club of Kampala Sese registered, and if there are issues, we are ready to correct. Thank you.
Goretti, I think Goretti will be coming in on branding. Goretti.
Thank you very much, CPA Frederick, and good morning, Rotarians. I think Councillor Daniel has said it all, and I just want to thank everybody who came on the call. There is no additional explanation for that. Maybe just to thank my chair and all the board members for the effort so far. Thank you.
Right, so it has been a pleasure hosting you, Changemaker Rotarians, on this forum, and thank you so much for the questions and the engagement with the Chairman Fabian Kasi and Daniel Ruogo and the other members. Thank you so much, DG John Ndamira and the AG Kasiro Chambade for pressing this particular occasion and the presentation. Over to you, President.
Thank you so much, PAG. For doing exactly that which the Fredericks do. Thank you so much. And friends, right now, allow me to invite our own immediate past president, Jameson Karimani, to amplify the voice of, Goretti and our moderator in appreciating our speakers this morning. Welcome, IPP Jameson Karimani.
Thank you very much, Changemaker President Kampala Daybreak, Frederick Chibedi, for this chance to move a vote of thanks to our great presenters this morning. To the chairman, Rotary Uganda Limited, would like to thank you very much for dissecting this topic about Kampala, about Rotary Uganda Limited. Many people have been having questions in their mind as to whether it differs from the other component of Rotary. But this morning you have made us understand that there is a Rotary Rotary Uganda Limited, and then there is the other component of Rotary. And to join Rotary Limited, you have got to first register and then you become a member. It is not compulsory for every club to join, but it has great advantages. And we thank you very much with your team for having made us understand and the benefits of joining this great company. We are very grateful, and especially for having chosen to launch it at Kampala Daybreak. We have broken the start of the sensitization. All members on call now, who have understood what it is all about. You are now free to go talking about it and enlightening other people. For that great presentation with your team, we shall present to you a certificate which will be virtual, but at an opportune moment, the same will be handed over to you with a great hug from one of our members who is a great hugger. So I request the certificate to be displayed for your benefit virtually and then later to be handed physically. Our PE, I request you to do that.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President.
Just to display the certificate.
It's my pleasure to present this certificate of appreciation to my senior, MD Fabian Kasi. We appreciate you and present this in recognition for sharing your knowledge and experience during the Rotary Uganda Limited and Strategic Partnerships Fellowship today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for performing that great function. To our district governor, Changemaker Governor John Damira Magezi, we are really very grateful this morning to have hosted you and to have launched the two important functions. One, the Rotary Uganda Limited, and secondly, for launching our YouTube. We are very grateful for you performing that function. And we hope, of course, to see you once again and to keep interacting with you. You have been accompanied by so many governors. I saw the whole room full of governors. It's because of your visit that we have been blessed with their presence. We thank you very much for performing that great function. And of course, we wish you good health in your year of changing lives. And for that function you performed, we shall equally present to you a certificate from Kampala Daybreak, which I will request our PE to display on the screens. And at an opportune moment, possibly by the time you visit us, we pray that God will have given us a chance to see you physically. We shall present the same with great hugs. PE?
Yes, once again, Mr. President, it's my honor and privilege to present this certificate to our DG, John Magezi Ndamira, in appreciation and recognition for sharing his knowledge and experience with us during the Rotary Uganda Limited and Strategic Partnership presentation today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And finally, to all of you, our colleagues, our friends from all Rotary clubs who have joined us, we are very grateful. The number was enormous. I saw 260 on the screen at some point. So we don't take it for granted for having joined us to launch these two important activities. We wish you good health. We pray that God protects all of you. Thank you very much. And over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, immediate past President. Your Lordship Jameson Karimani, and thank you, PE. So
Mr.
friends,
President,
yes,
if
PE.
you will,
yes, PE.
I would like to say happy birthday to a special Rotarian who is on call today, Rotarian Faith Tushabe of Kampala Daybreak, and I will call upon Rotarian Jain to lead us in singing a happy birthday song. in Arona. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much.
That is our baby.
PE. May the choir that has been preparing tirelessly take position, unmute, please. And after the count of 3, let us give it to Rotarian Faith. 1, 2, 3, and
Wow.
happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you. Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear baby. Happy birthday, happy
That marks the launch of the bus.
angel.
Thank
You
you
look like an angel. You look
Wow.
like an angel. And you smell like one too. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip
Yes,
hip.
yes, hooray, hooray.
Hi.
Wow,
Thank you
so much, friends. And again, Rotarian Faith is our Director for Youth Service. We want you to keep that smile, but not only keep it to yourself, carry it through and make sure it is better and bigger on the faces of all our youth. Thank you
And
so
let
much.
her keep the TikTok coming. We need more TikToks from her.
No.
100%. So friends, allow me welcome you, our Sergeant at Arms, Rotarian Stephen Wakasenza, to give us the statistics, but also the roll call of clubs as we near the end of our fellowship. Over to you, Sergeant.
Thank you, President. Before I submit the roll call of clubs, our guest speaker once worked in BAT as well briefly in 2000. That is information that was left out. But that said, we had close to a mini D this year with 277 participants, 67 Rotary clubs, 10 Rotaract clubs. The guests were converted into Rotarians the other week. So without any, I will request that I go straight into reading out the clubs. The clubs are as follows: RC Kampala, Ntinda, Kampala East, Bweyogere Nambole, Makindye, Kitante, Sunrise, Maisha, Kampala Aleba, Kiwatule, Nakasero, Kampala South, Sonde, Natete, Nakasero Central, Garuga Information, Port Bell, E-Club Ntinda, Mukono, Bukoto, Makindye West, Kulambiro, Wandegea, Kasangati, Kayunga, Seguku, Entebbe, Kampala Sese Island, Kira, Lubaga, Yu, Liantonde, Mitiana, Luvoa, Mienga Breeze, Mienga Tank Hill, Nigeria, Ginger City, Kampala, Kampala Metropolitan, Namasuva, Lugogo Mango Tree, Morning Tide Bugolovi, Arua, Masindi, Kololo, Acacia Sunset, Bulindo, Webaja, Kampala Kawempe, Makindye West, Gulu, the home of the elephant, Arua, Eco City, Iganga, Munyonyo, Kampala Impala, Fort Bojo, Fort Poto, Sambia, Kihihi, Mbale, Nakawa, Nsanji, Kitintale, Kisugu, Victoria View, Kampala North, Mbarara, and Lukaya. For the Rotaract clubs, we have Clark International University, Wevaja, Mulago School of Nursing and Midwifery, Bukoto, Nabugabo, Nkumba, Makindye West, Kinawataka, MOBS, and King Caesar University. The club of the day or clubs of the day would be the 10 Rotaract clubs in attendance. President, I submit.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, for doing.
Did I hear Mienga?
Very well. For the Rotary clubs or Rotary clubs that we could have forgotten, we register our apologies, but request that you post your clubs in the chat section. We will certainly recognize your attendance. Friends, before we move to the final toast, I would like to thank you so very much for visiting us. It is always an honor and a great joy to host you. But I want to take special appreciation to you, our district governor, DG John Magezi Ndamira. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. But I also want to thank you, DGE Honorable Mike Sevaru. You're always and forever with us. We don't take it for granted, but appreciate you. But also, thank you so much, DGE Peace Tarema. Thank you for being a friend and for always being by our side. Each time we call on you, we really appreciate you. DGN Francisco Semwanga, what a joy it has been to be with you. Thank you so much. We really greatly appreciate. And to our friends from Rotary Uganda.
Mr. President, IPDG Rosette Nabomba is also in the house.
Thank you so much. And the past assistant governors, there are so many, but they have been led by our immediate past district governor. All the past district governors have been led by our immediate past district governor. Governor Rosette Nabumba, thank you so much. The board of Rotary Uganda Limited, what a joy it is. Thank you so much, really appreciate. I cannot forget my fellow and my friends, Changemaker presidents. Thank you so much. I saw 27 of you on this call this morning. Thank you so much. I definitely will revenge. I also want to recognize the Changemaker AGs led by our AGKK. Thank you so much. All the district officials, I cannot single out each and every one of you, but we are so grateful and we really appreciate each and every one of you. Allow me request the chosen one to give us the final toast as we wind up our fellowship.
Thank you, President. Good morning to all Rotarians on call. For this great presentation and discussion thereafter, ably led by our senior most leaders in Rotary Uganda Limited, as we seek to build organizational bridges with strategic partners and external allies for effective strategy execution, and also to us daybreakers for this great achievement of going live on YouTube. I would like to ask each and every one of you, in whatever you're doing, to pause for a moment as I propose a toast to Rotary International.
Rotary
World over.
Thank you so much, friends.
Rotary is over.
Thank you so much, friends. Rotary is not over. Chimeza is just beginning. We thank you. May God bless you.
I knew that would come from Rotarian Frederick Kideni. Thank you.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you?
Good morning, friends. How are you? How is the birthday girl?
Faith, we want to see you. Please unmute your video and we'll see how.
Boss. This backgrounds are not nice at such a time. That's why AG Kanziro refused.
We have TikTok coming.
Birthday network. Come on.
Where is the birthday girl?
Yeah. Okay, there you are.
Happy birthday, Faith.
Happy birthday.
Thank you all so much. I want to lead the cake cutting.
Hajat, good to see you. How are you today?
Good morning, Hajat.
Okay, nice day, members.
Nice day, Hajat.
Thank you so much.
Be well.
She looks so nice and fresh.